when you're losing your ground, till the afterglow, the afterglow.
Fading away, you look so great when you gotta shine. One more part of you is gone now, as you keep smiling at the crowd.
Pressure is your best enemy. Spotlight show what I wanna see. Sometimes it feels like you're under attack. You just can't break free. I'll be there when you're down, when you're losing your ground, till the afterglow, the afterglow. I'll be there when you fall, when you're losing it all. In the afterglow, in the afterglow. Whoa!
Ladies and gentlemen, it is Friday night time for the Smackdown Security Detail. That's right, we are catching Smackdown tonight. As we usually do on a Friday night, we're looking at everything that took place with at Saturday night's main event with Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre. Cody picking up the surprising win over Drew McIntyre in what was a heck of a matchup, by the way. And if you missed it, I got to tell you guys, go back and watch that show because it was a great show. The question I have is, where do we go with Drew and where do we go with Cody tonight? And that's some of the questions that we may see answered tonight. And tonight we will see more names revealed, more matches revealed in the John Cena Last Time Is Now tournament. Cody is making his way out to get everything started right now. And a loud chorus of cheers for Cody as he makes his way to the ring right now. This is one of the things I like about watching the wrestlers these days as they make their way to the ring. You see them signing autographs, shaking hands, all kinds of cool little things that they do. Like right now, Cody is hugging a fan right now who's totally decked out in Cody's merch. And Cody's already got the stick here. Let's see what he wants to talk about. Cody Rhodes saying he would like to sit down and watch SmackDown. The lights have gone out. Oh. Cody Rhodes saying he would like to sit down and watch SmackDown. Ow. And try to see who could be the next champion. ALEISTER Black has come out, though. Wow. So ALEISTER Black came out looking to challenge Cody Rhodes. Nick Aldis comes out and says, you guys got it. You're looking for a fight. You guys will have a match tonight in the main event. Wow. Wow, that is quite the main event, guys. But just like what we're going to see in that main event tonight, you can check out all of our main event programming we've got right here on the Turnbuckle Studios, Turnbuckle Affiliation Program stuff. Check it out.
Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program bring you the week of streams. Monday nights you get the Locker Room Breakdown at 7 p.m. Eastern, followed by the Raw Patrol at 8 p.m. Eastern. Tuesday brings you the flagship show, Turnbuckle Talk, at 8:05 p.m. Eastern. Wednesday we play games with the PlayStation Showcase at 8 p.m. Eastern. Thursday we go TNA when we brace for Impact at 7:55 p.m. Eastern. Friday we secure all details as we answer the call for the Smackdown Security Detail at 8 p.m. Eastern. The weekend brings you Saturday Night Gaming at 8 p.m. Eastern. On Sundays be sure to catch the Chris Parrish podcast at 12:15 p.m. Eastern, followed by the Boar's Nest at 8 p.m. Eastern. Be part of the shows and join the chat every day.
Yes, folks, and you can go to turnbucklestudios.org/shows to check it out. Turnbucklestudios.org/shows to check out the different types of programming we have there. ILJA DRAGUNOV has just made his way into the ring right now, and it was interesting to note that Tama Tonga once again was Tama Tonga or Tonga Loa. I'm confused as to who's who right now. Eyeing down ILJA DRAGUNOV and that United States title. But up next, we've got ourselves another United States Open Challenge coming up here. That should be a fun one here. And of course, they are heading to commercial break. I went to commercial break just a tad bit too early. But I'm very curious as to who could very well be the man who will challenge ALEISTER Black tonight. It should be a fun one. Should be a great one. As of all the United States Championship matches have been lately. I don't know, Chad, if you guys are out there watching this, give me your thoughts on who could very well be the next challenger for ILJA DRAGUNOV in the United States. Excuse me, the United States Championship. Because to be honest, I have absolutely no idea. Because it could be anybody. Could be somebody from Raw, somebody from SmackDown, could be somebody from NXT, somebody in Evolve, maybe somebody from TNA or somebody from AAA shows up. Could even be somebody who's currently on the shelf right now, or even somebody who is rumored to be coming to the WWE, somebody who's due back. Or could be somebody we haven't seen on our excuse me again, on our TVs in forever. I mean, I'm sure somebody like Sami Zayn wouldn't mind getting a rematch if he's cleared to come back into the ring. Should be cleared by now, I'd have to assume. Ow. My cat keeps scratching me up here. It's like she knows when I'm working. She decides she wants to be petted and loved. But when I'm not working, that's when she's like, yeah, I'm going to just leave you be. But we are coming back to the action. Oh, we're looking at the LJN figures available Black Friday at Target and on WWE Shop. Dusty Rhodes, John Cena, Hulk Hogan, and Logan Paul will be the first few wrestlers that are going to be launched in that one. I kind of want that Dusty Rhodes figure. And they come with the posters. They do come with the posters. Cool. All right, let's take a look and see who is. Oh, he's got the microphone. Let's listen in. Well, it looks like Tommaso Ciampa could possibly, and I'm saying possibly be the one to challenge here. Gargano, but Ciampa's got the stick as well. And we've got OMD here not answering the US Open challenge, but Tommaso Ciampa has done so. But
yes, I made it, and I literally got it on. It took actually a couple extra minutes for my Netflix to load tonight. But we do know that this is fallout from what happened last week. And is this our opening contest here tonight on SmackDown?
well, it's not going to be Ciampa. It's going to be Gargano. And yeah, this is the opening match because there was an opening promo to set up tonight's main event.
Okay, that really doesn't surprise me.
Tonight's main event will be Cody Rhodes versus Aleister Black.
Wow. Little bit of history there.
Cody Rhodes came out, cut a promo, said he's done with Drew McIntyre. Drew's in the rearview mirror, whatever. I don't think he really is.
No.
Cody then said, I'm gonna sit out here. I'm gonna sit out with the crowd tonight. I'm gonna watch tonight's episode of SmackDown and see who's worthy to challenge me. But then Aleister Black interrupted, said, I want to challenge you to a match. Nick Aldis came out and said, let's make it happen.
Okay.
But Gargano and Dragunov. This is a match I wouldn't mind seeing more of.
You and me both.
I get a feeling though with this whole Ciampa thing, I think it's going to lead to Dragunov and Ciampa either at the December Saturday night's main event, or I don't want to say Survivor Series, but maybe that week, maybe on the SmackDown,
Right.
or the SmackDown before or after.
Right. Now, I am going to ask, why is Ciampa leaving the ringside area and leaving Gargano to himself?
That's what I don't understand either. Why is Ciampa just suddenly giving up? Like, because this is 2 weeks in a row that he's just, okay, I guess I'm not challenging, and then walking away. It makes no sense to me. I'm sorry, but if you want a shot at the U.S. title, just like Tama Tonga or Talla Tonga, whichever the Tonga as it is right now that's eyeing the title.
Right. That was Tama last week.
It was Tama this week too, then. They should be like coming to the ring, beating on Dragunov, saying, I want that shot.
Right.
Give me that shot. Because it looks to me with the way that's going, now that I think about it, it's more than likely going to end up in a multi-man match.
Right.
Because Tama Tonga wants a shot, Ciampa wants a shot.
Yep.
Something tells me eventually when Sammy gets cleared to come back, he may want another shot.
Yep. I wouldn't be surprised to see Drew step up in this situation. And can you imagine how hard hitting and physical that contest would be?
Oh, yeah. But like I said, I just get this vibe that Drew is not done with Cody.
No.
And I get a feeling that in that match later tonight, we're going to see Drew show up.
Yeah.
But the one thing I'm looking forward to tonight is finding out what the other two matches will be in this John Cena tournament that are going to that's going to start next week.
Right. Also, we haven't had that announcement yet. Now I realize we are only 23 minutes into the show.
Yeah. But Gargano giving Dragunov quite the fight here, as I would expect. Gargano just drilling that shoulder in there.
Yes, he did. And Dragunov clutching the back of his head there for a moment. I have a feeling we're not done with Ciampa yet either tonight here for this match.
No, and here's the thing I think about this. If Gargano is successful and wins the championship, it's a very strong possibility we see the split of DIY. As much as I don't want to see it.
Right, and I see where you're coming from with that, but I think there's going to be a bit of a slower burn to it, much like we saw a number of years ago in NXT. If Gargano is successful, I could see him offering Ciampa that first shot.
Mm-hmm.
And then I could even see that match goes to a time limit draw, which I do believe all title matches have a 60-minute time limit.
The way I would see that possibility happening is we know that Ciampa's got a bit of a jealous rage, I guess you could say.
Yep.
But I could see like that possible match happening with Gargano getting one up on him.
Yeah.
As in getting the pinfall straight up and winning the match.
You know, this is another match that I would love to see come back, and it's not something we've seen in a long time, is the 60-minute Iron Man match.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, Rey Fenix and TALLA TONGA are going to wrestle tonight, too.
Yes, they are.
Then we got the Women's United States Championship on the line. Chelsea Green challenging Giulia.
Yes.
And as was announced there, Cody Rhodes and ALEISTER Black as well. Plus, Charlotte takes on NIA JAX tonight.
Yes, so we have a stacked card. What a knee drop there from Dragunov off the second rope.
I've got Gargano on with Dragunov on the top rope, and
I've got Dragunov just going to the top rope here now and eating a super kick there from Gargano.
You must be like way behind. Because I just had Dragunov hit a senton.
Must be. Okay, I've got Dragunov now signaling for his finisher.
Yep. The I call it like a sort of like a diving forearm. I'm not exactly sure what he actually calls it.
Well, at one time, it was known as the A-bomb.
Hmm.
Now, whatever it's called now, I don't know.
All I know is it sort of reminds me of Tito Santana and his flying forearm finisher.
And Candace in there pulling the ropes down on Dragunov and pulling him out of the ring for one final beat on the outside from Gargano.
You tend to forget just how sneaky Candace can be.
Yes.
Oh, and that kick to the chin.
Yes. Oh, and Dragunov going for the outside in suplex. Wow. Been a long time since I've seen that move.
That takes a lot of core strength to do that, by the way.
Yes.
And Dragunov retains again
Yes,
with that diving forearm. Like I said, it reminds me of Tito Santana and the flying forearm.
Yep.
Tito Santana, who will be in the new DLC pack coming next week to WWE 2K25.
Okay.
Alongside Mr. Wonderful and Jesse the Body Ventura. And I think Junkyard Dog is also in the pack too.
Wow.
Oh, and it's Strike Force Tito Santana, not El Matador Tito Santana.
Right.
So the Tito we grew up, well, our early childhood, we saw.
Yes. Oh,
Nick Aldis and Sami Zayn.
only our truth.
Yeah. Only our truth wouldn't understand that there's a chance for everybody to be in this tournament.
Right?
Or unless they've got well, at this point, 12 names in there, and they're going to just draw who's going to face whom.
Yes.
As right now we are looking at when Jade Cargill defeated Tiffany Stratton last Saturday. And what I was telling everybody was a fantastic episode of Saturday night's main event.
Yes.
And I told everybody, if you didn't watch it, go back and do it because it was a good show.
Oh, absolutely.
But I think what we're getting, like, because they showed Jade Cargill walking into the building and all it said was "and new," I think we're getting some kind of a championship celebration with Jade
Yes.
Cargill in the title tonight.
Yes, it was announced earlier today. I did see it that Jade was going to be coming out. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, that was Post Malone sitting ringside at Saturday night's main event with the look of shock on his face.
He's been at quite a number of events this year. I'm beginning to think he's definitely a wrestling fan.
Yes. Yes, he is.
But since we are heading towards our second commercial break, I think it's time that we tell the people just where they can get some of our merch.
Let's do it.
The Turnbuckle Studios store is open for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Get the merch and represent the best from the shows you watch on a weekly basis. Multiple styles to choose from with over 10 products available. Don't get left out and pick up all your favorites today. Find us at carlcarafel.redbubble.com.
And ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. carlcarafel.redbubble.com for all of your Turnbuckle Affiliation Program merch. Over 10 items. You want t-shirts, you want cell phone pop sockets, you want cell phone cases, you want a travel mug, you want a hat. Order it up. All the proceeds come back into our studios so that we can deliver you a better viewing experience. carlcarafel.redbubble.com, the other hottest site on the internet, ladies and gentlemen. Do it and do it now.
Yeah. I'm trying to make heads or tails of this women's US title match a little later tonight with Chelsea and Julia. I know that Chelsea would like nothing more than to have her belt back, but it's a little weird for me that a heel's challenging a heel.
Right. But I also have to wonder, because Chelsea is now one half of the AAA Mixed Tag Team Champions, is this where we see the first main roster appearance of Ethan Page?
Or even Thea Hale. I can't say Joe Hendry because Joe Hendry has wrestled on the main roster already.
Yes, he has.
Because of their situation down in NXT. Now, I don't think that's going to happen because it seems that they're doing a pretty good job on keeping what's going on in NXT versus what's going on the main roster separate.
Right.
And as we're looking at the Street Profits, I've got a lot of questions regarding the tag team titles and if we're going to get any answers on that tonight for what's going on there. We didn't get anything last week out of
No, we did not.
that.
And yeah. Yeah, the tag team titles, this US title situation, and I have to wonder if we are going to see something, if we're going to see a new member of Kiana James' crew and they're going to potentially start turning Chelsea Green and Alba Fire face.
You know what would work for me? And it probably wouldn't make sense now, given that Julia had just turned heel with this whole Kiana James thing. I think it honestly would have worked for me if Kiana James actually joined with Chelsea Green and all
Yeah.
that. I feel like there's something there. Like she could have been like, if let's say Kiana wasn't hurt during Chelsea's US title run, she could have been like the press secretary or something like that
Right.
to Chelsea Green. And as we know, the press secretary, usually they are the ones that cover the bases where the president can't cover.
Right.
So if there's like a press conference that needs to happen, but the president can't do it, usually it's the press secretary that'll come in and say something. And Ciampa sitting there, he don't look too happy right now.
So Fraxium interrupting what was going on there, and Ciampa sort of just giving that disgusted look to Gargano and not saying anything.
Yeah, but then the stare down he gave to Fraxium afterwards.
Yep.
This leads me to believe, and I'm going to say this next week. I thought it was going to happen this week, but next week, because Nathan Frazier has already got the shot, Gargano's had the shot. Axiom gets the shot next week, I bet. Gargano's going to try again, but Axiom's going to somehow beat him to it.
I was going to say, I like your train of thought, but I think we're going to get that tag team battle, and we're going to get DIY versus Fraxium next week. As Jade Cargill makes her way into the ring, she is dressed to compete still with her title.
Unless she's paying tribute to the late Johnny Laurer, a.k.a.
Right.
China. Because that's definitely gear that China would have worn.
Yes, it is. Now,
Yeah,
with Tiff's injury, who do you see coming out to potentially step up to Jade Cargill in this situation?
I'm leaning towards a possible Bianca Belair return for once. But we'll have to wait and we'll have to see. Let's listen into what Jade's got to say.
Well, that was short and sweet.
Jade may have just cut her best promo ever right there.
Right? I'm really surprised. Oh, interesting. I like how they're doing this.
Well, we know Charlotte has a match against Nia coming up. This is a very big possibility.
Yes,
and
it
it's
is.
and it's both Charlotte and Alexa coming out, by the way. So it could be either one of those two that could very well step up to Jade.
And we know the rumors have been in place. The speculation has been there for a couple of years now since Jade's debut.
Jade still hasn't left.
No, she hasn't.
Is she going to continue taunting while Nia walks out?
Well, we're getting
Because we know that
the old Charlotte there.
Yeah, and we know that there's been teases between Nia and Jade as well.
Yes, but could we see Jade accompany Nia in this situation for this match to create that distraction?
Well, I did mention last week that I get a feeling that this is leading to a women's tag title match somewhere. I was going to say, who the heck is jumping up on the apron now? But it's somebody from the ringside crew.
Yes. As Alexa stands on the outside holding the tag team championships as Charlotte is getting ready to face Nia Jax.
I'm going to assume at this point that Jade has gone to the back at this point.
Yeah. I'm a little disappointed in that. I love Jade's promo, but I'm disappointed in that we didn't get that interruption. We didn't get a surprise or a call out for her.
Yeah, and speaking of call outs, guys, we are calling out to you because we need your help.
A Turnbuckle affiliation program is looking for more people. If you have passion level for pro wrestling, sports, video games, or something else, then Turnbuckle Studios is the place to be. If you have ever wanted to pursue content creation and want to join our team, then we would love to have you. Check out turnbucklestudios.org or contact us by email today because your future is now, and we want you to tap in.
And ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for that, but if you have ever wanted your break in podcasting, content creation, potential collaboration, or just help us out behind the scenes, turnbucklestudios.org is the place for all of your Turnbuckle affiliation program needs. Go to turnbucklestudios.org/join to send us your credentials. Let us know how you can help us, how we can help you, and then we will sit down collectively and figure out the best fit. Go to the host section and meet your team. Chris Best, myself, Chris Parrish, Bubba Duke, and of course, Carl Carafel. Watch our latest weekly episodic shows and click the shop link to go to carlcarafel.redbubble.com and buy all of your Turnbuckle affiliation program merch. Turnbucklestudios.org, ladies and gentlemen, the hottest site on the internet. Do it and do it now. As Pete Pedals and Plays says he's here. He's just been lurking. Good to see you, Pete. Great to have you here as always, brother. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you more than you could imagine. And 3 weeks from tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, is Survivor Series War Games from Petco Park in San Diego. And Mr. Best, is there a PLE patrol that night?
Of course there is. It's War Games.
Well, you never know. I figure I still have to ask.
Dude, you know War Games is one of my favorite events.
I do. But still, we want to make sure that we get the word out for the people. So 3 weeks from tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, we will be here as we are almost every night of the week with a very, very special PLE patrol.
If there's 4 events that I like doing for the PLE patrol, it's War Games, the Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, and Money in the Bank. I would say my 5th one would be King of the Ring.
Okay.
I like those events that set the tone for what's to come, like Money in the Bank does, like the King of the Ring or King and Queen of the Ring does,
right?
And even the Rumble. And Chelsea's got the mixed tag team title with her. I'm actually happy that this week she does. Last week she didn't have it with her.
No, she didn't.
BFAB and Michin.
So next week, BFAB versus Jade. I don't like BFAB's chances.
Yeah, the murder of BFAB takes place next week.
Yes. I wonder if that Michin BFAB situation does spill over to a potential tag match, as we do know that they both have history with Chelsea, and Michin does have that history with Giulia as well.
It's hard to say, but right now Nia Jax is making her presence felt as she makes her way to the ring right now.
Yes, she does. Doing her best to look very, very intimidating. But I do have to admit, I like her gear.
And the bell sounds, and we are underway with the action here. Charlotte looking cool, calm, and collected.
Yes.
Nia Jax, not so much. Nia Jax has got a bit of a cocky look to her.
She does. Charlotte looking a little more vibrant, I guess, with the neon green.
Yeah, it's kind of nice to see, right? She's not decked out in like what I would consider like elegant colors, like, you know,
Right.
gold or silver. Well, she's got silver on, but
Yes.
Nia's like, you think you could just take me down like that? But here's the thing, Nia. In the past, Charlotte has defeated you, and you have defeated Charlotte.
Yes. As Nia tried to face wash Charlotte before eating a slap and then a Thez press from Charlotte Flair.
Yeah, that's pressed right into those forearms, right across the forehead of Nia. And again, like I'm wondering, like, 'cause I like I said, I do think that this is going to go to a tag team title match at some point, and that's where I got to wonder, like, who is Nia going to pick to be her tag team partner?
Right.
And last week when I thought about this, I kind of thought outside the box with Tamina.
Right. I was going to say this. If I'm going to give Nia a partner, it's somebody who can match her power, match her strength, and somebody that she did go to war with about a month or so ago in NXT, that being Lash Legend.
I could get behind that, actually. Yeah, it's too bad she doesn't have her alliance with Candice LeRae right now, because that would make the most sense.
Right?
But I know right now, and I kind of I'm sort of expecting this to happen. I know that Charlotte and oh my god, Alexa both have their troubles with the Kabuki Warriors. I
They
kind of
do.
expect the Kabuki Warriors to somehow get involved in this too.
Okay. And I think that if you're going to get that with the Kabuki Warriors, I think you have to put Bailey and Lyra into that picture as well.
And maybe, just maybe, this is the start of the build to the women's war games, because we're not even really sure. You know what? I just kind of, yeah, we're not even really sure what's going to happen there.
We
To be
don't.
fair, I
we
really thought we were going to see like the starting to the announcing matches for war games on Monday.
yeah.
Because the way I see it with women's war games, you can easily do Charlotte, you can do Alexa all together with Lyra, Bailey, and I would probably throw Io Sky in there just because it's an annual tradition now for Io Sky to be in war games.
It is.
Um,
But you also have Rhea Ripley who could go in there.
Rhea Ripley's down with an broken orbital bone. They're not putting her in the war games. I can guarantee that.
They've
That's
done
too
it before.
risky.
They've done it
That's
before.
It's too risky though. I would not risk that. But on the other side, there's well, we got Nia, the Kabuki Warriors. Maybe we put Becky in there. I don't know.
Right?
But if you're going to put Becky in there, then you might want to replace somebody with Maxine.
Right.
That's the thing. Because that's the one thing I've noticed about these war games is that as Nia's jaw jacking with some of the crowd, you don't really want to do that with Alexa floating around ringside.
No, you don't.
So
Outside of Nia, is there anybody in the aforementioned names that has a history with Charlotte or Alexa that may want to see their downfall? And yes, that does include Nikki Cross.
I mean, Nikki's got her eyes set on the women's US title right now, so
She does. And does she make her presence felt in that match later on tonight?
and that's what I'm thinking about. I can't remember, but who did Alexa and Charlotte defeat to take the tag titles?
Raquel and Roxanne.
That's a possibility right there.
It is.
Charlotte's athleticism,
Right?
just
We don't give her enough credit because we always focused on the nepotism aspect of her.
I've actually learned to separate her from Rick, because yeah, some of their in-ring styles are the same, but Charlotte has adopted so much more than what Rick could do in the ring.
Yes. Charlotte is just so much more athletic.
Don't get me wrong. Both Rick and Charlotte are talented, but they're talented in their own ways. Is what I mean.
Oh, absolutely. You would never see Rick pull off a moonsault like that. You'd see him get thrown off the top rope.
No, but when he was successful in doing an aerial maneuver, it was always a crossbody. And there were very few instances. Oh, one time I did see him throw a double axe handle off the top rope.
Yep.
And I was going to say diving knee, but that was more or less off the second rope. He used to do that.
Yes.
Nia's looking for the Annihilator. I don't know. I don't think she's going to get it.
Nope. Wow.
Wow, rolling right into a fireman's carry here. What is she going to do? Oh, I thought she was going to play Charlotte on the top rope for a second. What?
I thought she was too, but I thought she should have gone for the Samoan drop and eating that knee through the tree of woe from Charlotte.
You know, we talk about Charlotte's athleticism. I got to commend Nia on the way she held herself up on that second rope being hung from the tree of woe. Because I've tried it. It's not hard. It's pretty hard to do.
It is.
Well, then again, I'm a tall, lanky guy. So
yeah.
Well, a little bit I'm also on the big side too, but yeah. Plus the ropes that we wrestled in, and I know you wrestled in the same ring I have, so those ropes are more elevator cable ropes than the actual ropes that WWE uses.
Yes.
Which makes it very slippery to hold. Oh. You said you mentioned Lash Legend.
I did.
And now we've got Lash Legend attacking Alexa Bliss here.
And choking her out.
Almost very reminiscent to the way Chyna debuted, by the way.
Yes.
When she attacked Terry Runnels. Marlena at the time.
Yes. And notice they are wearing matching colors.
And I know you mentioned Lash Legend kind of like in passing, but this is a pairing I like.
Yes. Is this Lash looking at Nia as that mentor on the main roster?
Yeah, I think so, because we've talked about how sometimes it seems too soon for a woman or a man to be called up too soon in NXT from NXT, but ultimately they end up having extremely successful careers. Alexa Bliss was one.
Yes.
Liv Morgan was another.
Yep. And there you see it. They were hugging there, going back up the entrance ramp and giving each other the point. So
yeah, they've staked their claim that they want a shot at the women's tag titles. The Kabuki Warriors, though, may have something to say about that still.
I still think that that's leading to a multi-team match.
Maybe again, that's where War Games comes into play. The Kabuki Warriors, the Last Legend. I almost said Jade Cargill, but maybe Jade Cargill gets put into the match. I don't know.
Right?
Nia Jax with Alexa, Charlotte, Bailey, and Lyra. I actually like that four right there as a team. Yeah, and why not? Why not? Just Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill on the other side.
There you go.
there's your women's war games. That's a very strong possibility that could happen. That all depends on what Tiffany's injury is, though, because I didn't hear much about it.
I haven't either.
Or even if Tiffany is hurt, because she was hurt going into that match on Saturday.
Yes.
But we are looking at another promo for the Last Time Is Now tournament.
Yes. Yes, we are, as we've had the shot overlooking Boston.
The shot of Washington.
And here we are getting the announcement. So the Miz and Jey Uso or LA Knight and a mystery superstar. There's only one name I can think of for that surprise, since he clearly doesn't work there.
Say his name and he appears.
100%.
What a match that will be if that is the case.
Yes.
But holy, I like the Jey Uso and Miz match too, by the way.
So do I.
I also like this match too. This is the match that intrigued me tonight the most.
It intrigues me, but I do think that this is going to be, Giulia is going to run over her. We do have Kiana James coming out dressed up as Little Bo Peep, although Halloween was last Friday.
She rocked that same style of outfit kind of like last week too, just in different colors. And it looks like she goes shopping at the same glasses shop as my brother, actually. Literally, my brother's got the same style frames.
There you go.
And the reason this intrigues me is because I'm interested in the heel versus heel dynamic in this match.
Right. Now, we know that Chelsea is going to come out with Alba Fire. Obviously, Giulia has Kiana James at ringside. We saw the confrontation with BFAB and Michin earlier. Could this break down and then become a triple threat tag match? And yes, I'm going to go with my inner Teddy Long there, saying we're going to have a tag team match, playa.
It could very well happen, but you know what else could happen? Your enjoyment for all of the different programs we have with the Turnbuckle Studio or the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program. Take a look.
Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program bring you the week of streams. Monday nights you get the Locker Room Breakdown at 7 p.m. Eastern, followed by the Raw Patrol at 8 p.m. Eastern. Tuesday brings you the flagship show, Turnbuckle Talk, at 8:05 p.m. Eastern. Wednesday we play games with the PlayStation Showcase at 8 p.m. Eastern. Thursday we go TNA when we brace for Impact at 7:55 p.m. Eastern. Friday we secure all details as we answer the call for the Smackdown Security Detail at 8 p.m. Eastern. The weekend brings you Saturday Night Gaming at 8 p.m. Eastern. On Sundays be sure to catch the Chris Parrish podcast at 12:15 p.m. Eastern, followed by the Boar's Nest at 8 p.m. Eastern. Be part of the shows and join the chat every day.
And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, if you want all of your Turnbuckle Affiliation Program needs met, go to turnbucklestudios.org. Go to the host section and meet the team. Chris Best, myself, Bubba Duke, Chris Parrish, and of course, Carl Carafel. Watch our latest weekly episodic shows and special events when they happen. Go to the merch shop by clicking shop and go to carlcarafel.redbubble.com, or of course, turnbucklestudios.org/join, where you can send us your info and your credentials. Let us know how you can help us, and more importantly, how we can help you. Turnbucklestudios.org. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the hottest site on the internet. Do it, and do it now.
I kind of want to go to that Netflix house that I just seen an ad for. It
Right?
looks interesting.
See, and I'm so confused by it because I'm like, okay, is it Netflix House or is it House coming to Netflix?
House is already on Netflix.
Oh,
I think. But no, it looks like some sort of like a theme park attraction kind of thing that they're touring with.
okay.
And we've got Nia and Lash Legend with Kathy Kelly there. Not a bad promo between for those two women.
Not at all.
What I liked about that was we saw the Nia Jax that we usually see on social media, who's joking around.
Yes, and they
they
touched on their history and that battle that they had in NXT.
I like that where because I'm sort of been done with the whole menacing big girl Naya that we
Right.
get. I like her to bring I've been wanting her to bring out her natural personality, which as I've said on social media, she's quite the jokester on that on social media,
Right.
especially in the old stuff that she used to do with Alexa Bliss, where they had a lot of fun just kind of like messing around with one another. Chelsea Green, you hold that title proud, woman.
Yes. Wearing the Mexican colors as she is one half of your AAA mixed tag team champions. Oh, and look who's
Oh,
at
there,
ringside.
yeah, there is Ethan Page with his title, both of his belts.
Yes.
This makes sense at the same time because they are, tag team champions. Now, this leads me to believe that based on what we saw on Tuesday, we could see Thea Hale and Joe Hendry.
Yes, we could.
And believe me, I love that pairing of Thea Hale and Joe Hendry.
I
I
do
do.
too.
But I originally thought it was going to be Ren Sinclair because of the fact that Ren's been doing that whole bringing Joe Hendry into the conversation kind of thing.
Right. I think they're focusing on turning Ren Sinclair and Kendall Gray into a tag team.
Mm. A slap fest going on between these two women right now. I don't know if you want to trade slaps with a woman like Julia. But Chelsea can hold her own too.
She can. But what a headbutt there from Julia into a beautiful suplex.
And of course, Kiana James getting involved there. And yeah, I don't.
As
Oh,
does Alba Fire.
oh, what a super kick, though.
Yes.
Okay, Chelsea Green takes the win.
She does.
I like how Ethan Page is just super excited. They're acting like they won the
Right?
World Cup or something like that right now. For a second, I thought that fan in the suit there was like a security guard of some kind for Ethan Page. Then I saw he
Right?
was holding the winged eagle and like, oh, he's just a fan. But yeah, Chelsea Green has the US title.
Yes, she does. And wow. And now we have the MFTs in the back, minus Solo. Never mind.
And getting set for their match with TALLA TONGA taking on Rey Fenix.
So some very, very intriguing developments coming out of that. You asked earlier, do we see something between the Wyatt Six and the MFTs? Not quite between them, but we did see afterwards that they were lurking in the background.
Mm-hmm. And Eric Rowan kind of taking control over the situation, considering there's no sign of Uncle Howdy right now.
Right. As Rey Fenix is making his way to the ring to go one-on-one with TALLA TONGA.
This should be an interesting match because I'm very curious about the big man dynamic with TALLA TONGA taking on the little guy like Rey Fenix. I've seen Talla wrestle mostly bigger guys lately, so
yeah.
But as they're promoting the upcoming weekend in January that's taking place in Montreal, yeah, I think it's time we tell everybody where they can go do some online shopping.
The Turnbuckle Studios store is open for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Get the merch and represent the best from the shows you watch on a weekly basis. Multiple styles to choose from with over 10 products available. Don't get left out and pick up all your favorites today. Find us at carlcarafel.redbubble.com.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, carlcarafel.redbubble.com, the second hottest site on the internet, and it's the home of all your Turnbuckle Affiliation Program merch. Whatever you want within those over 10 items, they can make it happen. Pop sockets for your cell phone, travel mugs, hoodies, t-shirts, throw pillows, stickers, they can do it. And all of the proceeds come back into our studios to give you a better viewing experience, ladies and gentlemen. carlcarafel.redbubble.com, the other hottest site on the internet. Do it, and do it now.
Yeah, that just I'm still kind of reeling from Chelsea unexpectedly winning the U.S. title. No word of a lie, I thought Julia was going to walk away with the win.
I did too. But at the same time, it makes a ton of sense.
Maybe you lead to a breakup between Julia and Kiana.
It could. But if you look at Ethan Page holding the North American champion, he and Chelsea are your AAA mixed tag champs. Now, all of a sudden, you add that U.S. title in, and that's going to get more exposure for all of them.
Mm-hmm. And next thing you know, Chelsea and ALBA Fire are going to go after the women's tag titles.
Right? Well, I think they need to find a new member of the Secret Service for the injured Piper Niven to team with ALBA Fire.
Maybe that's where the breakup happens, and I don't know, Kiana James joins them. Like I said, I think Kiana James could have been a better fit there.
Oh, and you called that.
I said the Kabuki Warriors are going to show up at some point. Charlotte and Alexa's night just got even worse with that.
Yes, it did. But I think you're right. I think that is building to our women's War Games match.
I think it's going to build to a women's War Games with maybe a triple threat women's tag title match at the December Saturday night's main event.
Right.
Maybe. I'm not certain. They may have to. They might even have the Kabuki Warriors take on Lash Legend and Nia Jax.
Right.
In a number one contenders match.
As we get closer to December's Saturday night's main event, when that comes up on Turnbuckle Talk, I am going to share my thoughts and feelings on that show when that happens.
Well, we are doing a PLE patrol, so and there again, the Machine Guns and Shinsuke Nakamura. This is quite possibly the men's War Games here.
Potentially.
Or maybe we do get a traditional Survivor Series match at Survivor Series.
That would be nice.
But the scary strength of TALLA TONGA almost coming into play there.
Yes, and as I said last week, like, for me, just tossing Fenix through the bottom and middle ropes. But I said this last week when you mentioned that Talla looks to be a little bit bigger. And for me, like, he's always been that tall, lanky guy, reminded me of Shanky with not a lot of muscle definition, but you're really starting to see that come out now in him.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, he put on weight because his days in New Japan, he wasn't he was a little bit skinnier. Like he's bulked up a bit.
It was. Even when he had his little short run in TNA.
Oh.
And Solo sitting at ringside in an office chair, watching and applauding Talla Tonga. But he is sitting there minding his own business.
He's kind of sitting there like kind of giving me like Godfather kind of vibes, you know?
Yep.
As once again we head to another commercial, we might as well
let's show them again what we have coming up throughout the week.
Let's do that.
Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program bring you the week of streams. Monday nights you get the Locker Room Breakdown at 7 p.m. Eastern, followed by the Raw Patrol at 8 p.m. Eastern. Tuesday brings you the flagship show, Turnbuckle Talk, at 8:05 p.m. Eastern. Wednesday we play games with the PlayStation Showcase at 8 p.m. Eastern. Thursday we go TNA when we brace for Impact at 7:55 p.m. Eastern. Friday we secure all details as we answer the call for the Smackdown Security Detail at 8 p.m. Eastern. The weekend brings you Saturday Night Gaming at 8 p.m. Eastern. On Sundays be sure to catch the Chris Parrish podcast at 12:15 p.m. Eastern, followed by the Boar's Nest at 8 p.m. Eastern. Be part of the shows and join the chat every day.
And there you have it once again, ladies and gentlemen, turnbucklestudios.org for all of your Turnbuckle affiliation program needs. But that is what we have coming up each and every night of the week for you here. That does not include our special events such as the PLE Patrol and any other watch-alongs we may do. But go to the host section, meet your team. Chris Best, Chris Parrish, Bubba Duke, Carl Carafel, and myself. Watch our latest weekly episodic shows. Go to the shop link, turnbucklestudios.org/shop, which will send you to carlcarafel.redbubble.com, so you can get all of your Turnbuckle affiliation program merch. Go to turnbucklestudios.org/join, where you can send us your credentials, how you feel you can best help us, how we can help you, and then we can sit down together as a group and figure out where you fit. And remember, it doesn't have to be wrestling. It doesn't have to be gaming. It's whatever you want. Turnbucklestudios.org, ladies and gentlemen, the hottest site on the internet. Do it, and do it now. So we are at the 9:30 mark here, Mr. Best, and we have seen a lot there's a lot to unpack from tonight's episode before we even get to our main event. But what do we see happening for that main event?
I think Drew's going to show up somehow. Either that or Damian comes out, because I still don't think that there's anything with I still think that there's more to be said with the Damian and ALEISTER Black situation.
And again, it's another one of those situations that I think could potentially boil over to a tag team match, though I don't think we're going to see that tonight.
Oh no, we've only got like a half an hour left of the show.
Yes, and with Zelina, as she is now known, is there somebody that can counter her, as she is right now the X factor in this match?
I'm not certain.
But back to the action here, we have TALLA TONGA just absolutely dominating Rey Fenix here.
Yeah, at this point, I think Tallah's just toying with him.
Yes.
But I do think in order to help Rey Fenix out, we may see the Machine Guns and Shinsuke Nakamura show up once again.
We could.
Because I think if we are going to go to a Survivor Series 4-on-4, I don't think you need Solo to be in that match.
No,
I think you could do it just with the Tonga Loa, Tama Tonga, TALLA Tonga, and JC.
Yes. Solo cheering and has a look of utter disdain for Rey Fenix on his face, but cheering enthusiastically for the annihilation that we are seeing here.
I've said this week in and week out, Ray, and I'm not sure if you're catching this, but if you're a small guy taking on a big dude, take out the legs, please.
Yes, but we saw that stiff running the ropes kick to the head there of TALLA TONGA.
Yeah, but Talla's still on his feet.
He is.
Well, he's not on his feet anymore.
No, he's not. And I'm actually really surprised that we didn't see TALLA actually just catch him and
Yeah,
plant
he
him.
didn't. He did not kick out there. He powered out there. Went to the well too often there, Ray.
Yes, he did. Oh, come on. Can I
Oh.
get a TALLA TONGA style slash, please?
That's what I thought we were going to see. Oh, jeez.
And what a power bomb there from TALLA. Now he has them goozled, and
This might be it.
that is it. It is over. TALLA TONGA with a dominant victory.
I only wish I could throw power bombs like him. The power bomb was one of my finishers, but can never snap it off as fast as he did there.
Right? And Solo directing traffic, telling TALLA to pick him up again.
Oh, is it right? I forgot about Sami Zayn. So this could be a five. This could be a 5-on-5 Survivor Series or War Games.
Yes. And Sami violating direct orders from Nick Aldis saying, get healthy. But Sami did tell him he wasn't going to wait. Solo looking like he was trying to direct traffic again and get TALLA to go after Sami, but TALLA said, no, let's hold off. Next Friday, we head to Albany, New York.
A city that has a bit of history with the Royal Rumble. 1992. The greatest, one of the greatest Royal Rumbles had happened.
Yep.
Ric Flair winning the
Yes.
WWF Championship.
As
Bobby Heenan that night was just gold on commentary, by the way. But yeah, we are getting the first round matches for SmackDown next week, which is, yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait
LA
for next
Knight
week.
versus a mystery opponent. Jey Uso versus The Miz. We are also getting Jade Cargill versus B-Fab. And what else could possibly happen next Friday, ladies and gentlemen? Stay tuned to the Smackdown Security Detail, and we will have that all for you. And another beautiful, beautiful and animated emotional promo from the Miz.
And a kind of questionable one for me too, because now with this whole thing between him and Mello, it's like I can't tell who the baby face is or who the heel is now.
Right? I think that was designed to make Mello a pure baby face.
Yeah, but Mello's promos have been heel like too in this whole situation.
They have.
And the way Mello turned on the Miz, that was a very heel move.
But all Mello did was say, "This is over." And then the Miz attacked him first.
I'm talking about that tag match where Mello attacked him and said it was done. We were done. But right now, ALEISTER BLACK is coming out. This is going to be a heck of a matchup here.
Oh, yes, it is. So we know that this tournament is taking place over Raw and SmackDown with superstars from each brand going to the other. Do we see this as sort of maybe a preview for a transfer portal coming in after the Royal Rumble?
It's a very big possibility, but hold that thought while we play our final commercial, which is this one.
A Turnbuckle affiliation program is looking for more people. If you have passion level for pro wrestling, sports, videos, games, or something else, then Turnbuckle Studios is the place to be. If you have ever wanted to pursue content creation and want to join our team, then we would love to have you. Check out turnbucklestudios.org or contact us by email today because your future is now, and we want you to tap in.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Turnbucklestudios.org needs your help. Go to turnbucklestudios.org/join, and you can email us your credentials. They will be seen by some of the people here. And you can tell us how you can help us, how we can help you. And just remember, it doesn't have to be wrestling. It doesn't have to be gaming. It can be whatever you want. It can be a collaboration. You can help us out behind the scenes. Turnbucklestudios.org/join. Go to the host section at turnbucklestudios.org and meet the team. Chris Best, Chris Parrish, Bubba Duke, Carl Carafel, and myself. Watch our latest weekly episodic shows, plus any special events that we have coming up. And of course, go to shop to send you to carlcarafel.redbubble.com to get all of your Turnbuckle affiliation program merchandise. Turnbucklestudios.org, ladies and gentlemen, the hottest site on the internet. Do it, and do it now.
But yeah, I do think that this could be an opportunity to take a look at what I'm not going to say will be a transfer portal. But what if they're moving the draft to where the transfer portal used to be?
Right.
Or was?
Well, there is that. I mean, like, we'd been hearing, that, okay, we're going to get the draft, and it kept getting delayed throughout this year. But we did have that transfer portal towards the end of 2023 and into early 2024 with the draft that came up post SummerSlam last year, and then nothing this year. So that's why I'm wondering if we are going to go to that transfer portal window, whatever you want to call it, or as you suggested, build to a draft.
There wasn't a draft last year. The transfer portal was last year going into this year. Yeah, there wasn't a draft last year.
Okay.
But yeah, that I think that because that's what I was thinking about, like that transfer portal. Maybe that was a test to see what the draft could be like if they held it there. Because the way I see it, going into 2025 into 2026, maybe you do that last week. We'll say like the December 29th, or I wouldn't even say the December 29th. Oh no, because I'm just trying to place. Maybe you do the December 29th into that January 2nd SmackDown or whichever date that is.
Right.
And maybe those are your 2 episodes where you do the draft, starting with the new year following the following week. Like
Right.
you're going into the new year, you get you get new rosters for both shows.
Right.
That's kind of what I was thinking about. Because I know they used to do the draft after WrestleMania.
Yes.
Because WrestleMania is typically the end of the new year as far as wrestling terms
Yeah.
go. As Cody Rhodes is making his presence felt.
Yes, he is. There was a draft in 2024. It began on the April 26th episode of SmackDown and ended on the 29th of Raw.
Yeah, you said after SummerSlam, though. There wasn't a draft then.
No, but they said that it was being moved.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I had heard, like, initially it was supposed to be after SummerSlam this year, but who knows what's going to happen.
Yeah. Like I said, I would put that draft in on the final episodes of Raw and SmackDown for this year.
Right.
Maybe I would do it before the Christmas break because I know that they don't do episodes of Raw or SmackDown around then.
Right.
Then you give that whole week for fans to talk about what to expect with those new rosters.
Yeah.
And you can use those well, actually they do best of episodes that week. So you could use those to promote, like, hey, I'm just gonna say Aleister Black, for instance. Aleister Black coming to Raw. Blah blah blah, you know?
Right.
Or you use that to promote any NXT call-ups that have happened.
Absolutely.
Or you do it to announce a new superstar. And again, we all know Joe Hendry's contract comes up at the end of January, at the end of December.
Yes, it does. So, but we are into this match now here with Aleister Black and Cody Rhodes. And these two men do have history, although not in the WWE.
No, I know they have history with one another in the other company where they were elite.
Yes.
Or they claim to be elite, I'll say.
Yeah, that's right.
No, I'm not going to knock AEW because they do have good talent over there.
They do.
No, these two have had history there. And wow, Cody Rhodes channeling his inner Davey Boy Smith there.
Yes.
Except going front face instead of going to the back. And you talk about that history, and Aleister Black knew to back out away from the arm drag that Cody was looking for.
He backed away from the arm drag and then avoided that drop down uppercut.
And Aleister Black just sitting by the ringside, stalking Cody Rhodes. Zelina just enjoying this moment right now. Just as I am too. I mean, this is a fresh WWE match for Cody.
Yes, it is. It's also a fresh WWE match for Aleister.
Yeah.
And Aleister starting to take control of the match. But then sauntering around the ring.
Yeah, you don't really want to do that with Cody.
No, you don't. As Cody then backs Aleister up into the corner and is just going to town on him.
Exactly why you don't want to do that with Cody. When you're going to wrestle a guy like Cody, you've got to think like 3 or 4 moves ahead.
Exactly.
And the same thing can be said with wrestling Aleister Black.
Yes. I mean, you are wrestling the world champion.
And you're, in the case of Aleister Black, you're wrestling a guy who can beat you every which way.
Absolutely. He is one of the best pure strikers in the industry. And that snap leg drop that he just pulled.
Shades of Bret Hart with that, because Bret used to do the exact same thing.
Now, I know you suggested Drew. You suggested Damian as well. Is Damian potentially not so much focused on this situation right now as he is getting ready for Rusev this coming Monday?
Yeah, that's the other thing that you got to think about too. Because if Damian makes his presence felt, and I said this on Monday, Aleister could very well make his presence felt in that match too. That's why I think Rusev is going to go over.
Yes. And Cody eating that boot again from Aleister Black.
Aleister, again, I wouldn't focus on the crowd, man. Just focus on beating Cody. You beat Cody, that's a feather in your cap, and Cody's going to want to.
Yep.
You can go to Nick Aldis and say, hey, look, I beat your heavyweight champion. I won a championship match against him.
Absolutely.
And that's something that could very well happen if Aleister is successful here. I would definitely, if I were him, I'd definitely go to Nick Aldis and say, hey, I won a title match and I won it at Survivor Series.
What a kick there from Cody. Zelina, we've seen a little bit of interference from, but nothing too drastic yet here in this match. So she is still that X factor, that wild card in this match.
Oh, very much so. Cody was looking for the crossroads, but Aleister Black doing what I said. You need to be 3 or 4 steps ahead of Cody.
Yep. As I mentioned, one of the best pure strikers in the game.
thought Cody had him. Then again,
There
Cody,
is-
Cody
there
rarely
is-
ever wins off the Cody cutter.
Yes, there is another name that could factor into this match that I know we as fans have been pining for, and that is Randy Orton.
I mean, I called it. I said last month that I expect Randy to turn heel. And that was after the match at Clash in Paris.
Right.
Because maybe
I
you do
thought
take
Alistair
Drew.
had him.
I thought Alistair had it too. Because maybe you do take Drew off. I don't want to say for the rest of the year, but for the rest of the year, I suppose you could do it.
Yeah. I would even say you take Drew away from the title picture. You let him either have another Rumble moment or a Chamber moment and let him win it at Mania. And both men now down after going for that big boot to the face.
Yeah. Oh, there's Drew.
Yep, and he claymored the ref.
Which is understandable because that's the ref that was the referee in their match on Saturday.
Yep.
Oh, now Alistair Black getting involved. Maybe there's some sort of an alliance between these two men.
And here
This has
comes
to-
Damien.
Could this be the build to the War Games? I could see
Could
Drew
very well
captaining.
be.
I could see Drew captaining a team against Cody's team.
And we know that Drew and Priest have history from earlier this year.
Yeah. And now Zelina trying to get involved.
Yep.
Damien just tosses her aside like a frisbee.
Yep. And says, nope, I'm not.
So maybe this is where Rhea comes in.
Right.
And I'm basing that off of obviously the past relationship with Damian Priest. But again, I still feel like that's a very risky move given Rhea's 2 injuries to her face, because it's a broken nose and a broken orbital, right?
And Drew McIntyre being suspended. So does this now take Drew out of the Last Time Is Now tournament?
I have to assume so. Maybe this is the way, like I said, maybe that's the way we take Drew off of off our TV for a little while.
Right?
But as we have faded to black, as Metallica would say,
Yes.
I think it's time we give out our socials. Let us know, let everybody know what we thought of tonight's show and where we can find them. OMD, I'm going to start it off with you, obviously.
Well, the show was absolutely incredible. I mean, the only thing I missed was that opening promo.
Yeah.
For me, and I'm going to say this, my moment of the night, because a lot of it was really, really predictable and we did call a lot. I have to go with Chelsea Green in that stunning upset to win the U.S. championship. But a great show, really setting the build and a lot of build to this tournament, to Survivor Series, and a lot of questions still to be answered. But ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking for me on the socials, it is my link tree, linktr.ee/OMD show. Visually, you can see me Sunday night at 8 p.m. with Bubba Duke on the Boar's Nest. Mr. Best, over to you.
Yeah, this was actually a very enjoyable show. A lot of the surprise of the night definitely was Chelsea Green unexpectedly winning the United States title from Giulia. Kind of came out of nowhere, and I like the way that finish happened because it was based off of 2 distractions, we'll say. Because I 100% expected that Giulia was going to retain. And then we got some more answers with this whole Shinsuke Nakamura with the Motor City Machine Guns and the MFT. I'm very happy to see that Shinsuke is on our TV on a more frequent basis. I like where I'm interested to see where this is going. I think it could very well be one of 2 things: War Games or a traditional Survivor Series match. But that Drew McIntyre suspension thing just kind of caught me off guard as well, because I just seconds before, as you guys were listening, I was saying I wouldn't mind Drew McIntyre captaining a War Games team against Cody Rhodes.
Right.
And I was trying to figure out who the teammates could be, but that might not be the case now that Drew's suspended. But
right.
OMD. What are those famous words we'd like to go out on?
Ladies and gentlemen, please always remember the world is better with you in it. And from all of us here at Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program, to those of you out there wherever you are, good night, good luck, we out.
I'll be there when you're down, when you're losing your ground, till the afterglow, the afterglow.
Fading away, you look so great when you gotta shine. One more thought of you is gone now, as you keep smiling at the crowd.
Pressure is your best enemy. Spotlights show what I wanna see. Sometimes it feels like you're under attack. You just can't break free. I'll be there when you're down, when you're losing your ground.